Welcome to this video podcast from the International Al Jolson Society. Starting as an audio podcast in 2007, this is a look into the works and legacy of the world's greatest entertainer, Al Jolson. An unrivaled star of stage, screen, and recording, his influences are felt even today, more than 60 years after his passing. Robert Benchley, one of the preeminent humorists of the 1930s and 40s, was the guest star on the January 12th episode of Al Jolson's Colgate radio program. Here is an excerpt from the program featuring Mr. Benchley and Mr. Jolson engaging in some comedy dialogue, followed by Al Jolson singing his famous song, Sonny Boy.
Everybody listening in knows that you're a humorist. Well, how about starting off with something funny? Go on, let's hear you pull a few nifties. Come on.
No, Al. With prices the way they are, you better lay your own eggs.
Monty Woolley without a beard. Well, anyway. Well, if you want to be funny, I know a joke about a chicken, but I won't pull it.
You see, that's what I mean, Al. You know, there's also a ceiling on corn.
In that case, look, I didn't mean to be funny. Let's drop the whole thing. Let's talk about your visit to New York, Bob. Tell me something, old boy. How are you enjoying it here?
Well, it's a little too cold for me, Al.
Yeah?
In fact, I woke up this morning drooling icicles.
Drooling icicles? Well, you see, you've been in California for a few years, and maybe your blood probably is a little thin.
Well, I'm glad of that. I hate fat blood.
Well, I don't mind that. But anyway, if you think it's cold, listen, you should have been here last week. It was so cold. The girls in the Star and Garter Review next door had to put on their red flannel beads. That's cold. And you know, get this, and you know that picture in my bedroom of Whistler's mother sitting in a rocker?
Yeah?
Well, last night she had her feet in a pan of hot water. Really, that's all.
Well, Al, all I know is I almost froze over at the shipyards this morning.
Yeah?
I started to launch a ship, and something happened to my arm.
Well, what was it, Bob? Frostbite or something?
I don't know what it was, Al. I just couldn't get the bottle past my mouth. Boy, I wound up with a nasty headache. It's terrible.
From the champagne?
I don't know what it was, Al. I just couldn't. They ran out of champagne, so they had to launch the ship with me.
Oh, I get it. For a moment, I didn't think anybody.
I didn't think anybody. That was a break, wasn't it?
Well, Bob, listen. I know you haven't been to New York for quite a while. I'd like to show you around. Tell me something. Where are you staying?
At the YWCA.
Maybe you better show me around. It might surprise you, though, Bob, to know this. I'm an air warden at the Martha Washington Hotel.
Really?
Yeah, and every day I go down and see my sirens.
Well, I've been seeing a little bit of New York myself.
Yeah?
I went to a little nightclub last night, and they had a balloon dancer there.
A balloon dancer? Did you have a good time?
Oh, swell. Till the manager took away my bean shooter.
I'm surprised at you, Bob, pulling a bean shooter on a balloon dancer. What would Miss Tuttle Snapper, your old school teacher, say?
Well, she was the balloon dancer.
Use tooth powder every day, brush your teeth the Colgate way.
This is Bob Benchley again, ladies and gentlemen. In my time, I've seen quite a few pictures. Most of them I've forgotten, but there's one that I'll always remember. That was the picture in which Al Jolson sang a song that will always live in the hearts of young and old alike. And when Mr. Jolson asked me to appear on this program tonight, I made him promise me that he'd sing that song. I'm sure you've all guessed the title by now, Sonny Boy.
Thank you, Bob, for that swell introduction about that little song, and I hope when you're leaving tomorrow for California and make that picture with Fred Astaire, I hope and trust it'll be a big hit. Climb up on my knee, sonny boy, though you're only 3, sonny boy, you've no way of knowing, there's no way of showing what you mean to me, Sonny boy. When there are gray skies, I don't mind the gray skies. You make them blue, sonny boy. Friends may forsake me, let them all forsake me. I still have you, sonny boy. You're sent from a heaven, and I know your word. You've made a heaven for me right here on earth. When I'm old and gray, dear, promise you won't stray, dear, for I love you so, sonny boy. When there are gray skies, I don't mind gray skies. You make them blue, sonny boy. Friends may forsake me. Let them all forsake me. I still have you, sonny boy. You're sent from heaven, and I know your words. You've made a heaven for me here on earth. And the angels, they grew lonely, took you because they were lonely. I'm a lonely fool, sonny boy. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
This entire radio program is available on the website of the International Al Jolson Society, www.jolson.org. That's JOLSON.org. Along with many other radio shows, Jolson recordings, video clips, and information about the world's greatest entertainer. Be sure to visit the site and listen for the next podcast. As Al Jolson said, in the words he made famous,
You ain't heard nothing yet.